I'm gonna show you my journals. I have two journals that I'm using currently. I have this as my main journal. I love it because we have our dot grid going on and it just makes it really convenient. I can sketch out ideas. I can organize a little better. My journaling style, I don't know how to describe it, but I do like to, color coordinate things sometimes just so things pop out. Like, yeah. I use this for work. I use this for life. I have names and numbers in here, and I like these dedicated, what do you call them? They're not tabs, but placeholders. So I use those periodically. But the limitation with this is that it's pretty big, right? It's big. And it's not necessarily heavy, but most of the time I'm just carrying a purse. And I don't always carry a purse. But when I do, it's because I like to throw stuff in there. And this does not fit in my purse. Like I can't close the purse if this is in there. So I don't always bring it. And this though, this small one, I do bring it in my purse. And I like that it's light, it's small, and there's plenty of space to write on. So I can open it up, and I have all these little compartments. So I'm able to organize things as if I were using a bullet journal, how you can organize it. So I know where things fall, and I'm able to find it. So on the front, I kind of use this for scripting, if you will. So I use this to remind myself, like, who I am, who am I embodying, what is my role, like, what is my persona? And it doesn't matter to what anyone else thinks, like, this is for me. This is for me. And then down here in this spot, I have a quick little reminder of like all the wonderful things that are unfolding at the moment. And then we open it up and we have more spaces. So I don't do a lot of writing. I'm what you would call an occasional journaler. And then if I don't have access to this because it's not on me or my purse isn't there, sometimes I'll jot things in my phone. But I like this as a dedicated space for what I'm focusing on at the moment. And right now, travel is really important to me, and I really want to go away this summer. I want to live nomadically in a sense. I have things that I'm sorting out with Grounding Lounge to make that more feasible. A lot of things, I mean, most things are prototypes that are in development, and we're so close to the journals being completely finished. I have new paper arriving, printed versions of this in like a linen and eggshell and some others. And I love texture. I love paper. I love the look and feel and the whole experience of it. So I'm very excited to get those in. This one I made by hand, but I have die cuts that are being made and score lines that are happening for me. And I'm just excited about that. So when I'm traveling, a lot of things will, how do you say that? I don't know. I don't have the words for it at the moment, but I have the vision and we are stepping into that. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it very much. So this is small, it's lightweight. I also have a planner version of this that I'm working on because I like using this for planning, but I also like compartmentalizing things. I don't need a 12-month planner on me at all times of the day. Like this is enough. You know, if I can have 1 month or even 3 months, like 1 month is ideal. But since I am more of an occasional journaler, I can actually fit 3 months inside of this cute little pocket for specific projects that I have going on, or just anything, but ideally projects, because it fits all within here. And I might have, like this might be the vision for what we are creating, and this might be some goals down here. And then I open it up and we have some more information. I open it up and we may have some like important contacts or some milestones that we want to hit. And then in here, I'm gonna add a calendar, and then we just have, there's just plenty of space and room to do what you need. And being that it folds and closes, I am able to stick paper inside. The other thing I love, oh my God, this is, we have some chocolate, a cute little chocolate bar, and that even fits in here. So if I were giving this to someone as a gift, I would do that. I would put some chocolate inside, which that's usually what I do. I have this as an envelope, and I have a present inside. But I can just wrap this up and I just tie it in a knot in the back and I have some chocolate inside. So if I'm, I want to sit down and work and that's part of my ritual, then I can do that. But I like that there's plenty of room. I can stick things inside. I can put paper inside. I can, it's a great compartment and it's convenient. So that is my current journal. I use it for scripting. I use it for revising things. It's just a fun exercise for me, and I find it very grounding and very soothing and just very helpful. A lot of incredible things that I've wanted to experience for a very long time suddenly came about while I was using this. And I'm not going to say, I could say, but I'm not going to say that, oh my God, it's absolutely because I was doing this. I don't think that. I think we are constantly manifesting. And I remind myself of that daily where I'm like, oh yeah, we're always manifesting. So even if the thing, and most of the time I feel like I manifest things that I've completely forgotten about. And I just remind myself, and this also reminds me because I jot down different scenarios or different things I've manifested throughout the week. And it's just a beautiful reminder to just be like, wow, like that happened. And if that happened, then all these other things that I want can happen too. And it's not a matter of like how long it took or what, but I really appreciate observing the way things unfold. And it's just like, wow, which that alone is a beautiful reminder to not limit yourself. Don't have fears, don't have doubts. Yes, they're there, but there's no need to dwell in them because how you think something is going to come about, it often comes about in a very different way. And sometimes we think, oh, I want to go on vacation, but I need to have, X amount of dollars in order to buy that plane ticket or go to this thing. And, you set your mind on something that you want and it can come about and just the money can come about in ways you haven't foreseen, or you get what I'm saying? I don't want to go on a long tangent. I feel like on this topic, I could definitely go on a long tangent. But this journal right now that I'm using for myself is really just a reminder. It's a reminder to keep my mind in check, to not spiral, to not dwell on things not working out or taking stock too soon to think like, oh my God, this happened, so I'm doomed. Like, what I want isn't happening. Like, no, relax. Maybe things really are working themselves out and just like it's going to be better. It's either going to be this or something better. So I hope. And if not, maybe I'll completely forget and I'll move on to something else that I want and it won't even matter. But for the time being, I am loving this. I'm so excited to see other people use it and the ways other people want to use it. So something that I have been working on behind the scenes is we've been contacting different people on YouTube, especially people that talk about law of assumption and that are into journaling and scripting. This is just a really cute, fun thing. So I like mental diets. Mental diets are nothing new. People do them. Manifesting is nothing new. So I want to turn this into a sort of manifesting journal, and I want to collaborate with other creators. And I feel like we can have different versions of this folder, or not folder, but journal. And it can be different versions of a manifestation journal. It can be different topics related to manifestation. And to run a week-long, I don't want to call it challenge. I think of it as an adventure because it is really cool what happens when you focus your mind and you cut out a lot of clutter or things that, as they say, isn't serving you. Whatever you feel like isn't serving you. Does it serve you to sit there and worry and doubt and think about all the different ways that things are going to go wrong and how you can circumvent it? No, I don't personally think so. I think you spend hours and hours worrying and stressing your body out and feeling terrible about something that's never going to happen when you could just focus on something else that is working for you, that does feel great. Or instead of looking at all the ways things are not working out and how it's horrible, you could conjure up the different ways that this might actually be working in your favor. And it's funny, like it's really fun and almost hilarious the random scenarios you can come up with. Like I like to come up with the most ridiculous thing in the world as to like, oh, well, how might that work out for me? And my son is the best at that. So I would love to get a group of people together and for all of us to just come up with spins. You know, how can we put a spin on this situation and be like, oh yeah, you know what? This is how this is going to work out and it's going to be amazing and this is perfect. I find that to be way more valuable than sitting there worrying and doubting and feeling insecure, feeling like there's something wrong with us or that we're not enough. No, we are enough. We are amazing and we are wonderful. And things usually are working out. Maybe not the way we want or in the exact timing that we want, but simultaneously you can have something wonderful and something undesirable occurring. And I think it's more about where do you want to put your attention? Because everything is constantly changing. What's working now is going to end up in a place where you're like, I don't know what to do about this. I can't touch it. I can't do anything. I just have to wait. And while you're waiting, you can entertain yourself with so many other things. And that's what this journal is really a great practice for. It's about keeping me very focused and getting me out of the country this summer. So I'm having a lot of fun with it as I'm planning different trips or as I'm talking about the trips that are coming up or where I want to go and the people that are jumping on board or just all the information that's coming to me. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, I just watched the previous video I recorded and it turned out better than I thought it was going to. So I did want to add a few things. I also write affirmations for myself in here, just little nuggets that I want to imprint in my mind and be reminded of, mantras, if you will. And I find that very soothing. So it's nice to have this so I can just like whip it out and just read through them. And I'm like, oh yeah, how could I forget that? So I like that for me. What was something else I wanted to add? I don't remember, but the affirmations part, I felt like that was important to note, like this is a really good place to have it. And one of the other things I really like about this journal, I remember some years back, a friend of mine, I had a conversation with a friend of mine and we were saying how, you know, we wish we had a tool or a resource to turn to when we are kind of spiraling out of control or we've forgotten who we really are, or these helpful nuggets to ease a situation. Because depending on what state you're in, certain things are not in your view. They're not in your mind. It's out of sight, out of mind. Like you can't find it. It's just, that's not it. That's just, it's like you have on a different lens and you are seeing things completely differently. But then once you shift states and you're in a better place, suddenly all these things that you hadn't noticed before are right there in front of you and available. And I use that in those times where I'm like, you know what? I'm not in the best space right now. I'm in a crappy mood. I know that it's going to change eventually, but I just sort of like read through this just to remind myself of where I'm going to end up again. And it's kind of like, okay, which what I found is that as I do that, it comes about a lot sooner. And when I say sooner, I mean it happens, you know, it can happen in 10 minutes. It can happen later on in the day. I don't know. Maybe this is helping. Maybe it's not. But I'm enjoying it. I really love it so much. And I'm super excited for the planner version of this. I'm excited to see it in different colors. I'm excited to see how other people want to add their unique touch to it, a little bit of their branding. I make all of these and design them myself. So any changes that need to occur, I can do that. And I'm so excited about it.